How did we first find out about Leader? It was Business Gateway had mentioned about a grant leader. We'd also had a wee farm review, and the farm review had said a little bit, find out about grant, you might be interested in this, and I'm sure there was something in it, but there was no one direction. Business Gateway were the most clearest about what steps to take and how to find out about your steps, and your project sounds like it would suit best for a farm diversification grant, and they knew who to link us with.
Yeah.
And I think they did it a little bit on our behalf to start with, and we get in touch with the Leader team, and they just looked for a little statement that said so many, I think it was about 100 words, but it was something to give a wee exec summary of a project, and did it fit the bill, and then we were given, well, that sounds good, it sounds appropriate, right, let's see if we can elaborate on that. And after that it was down to the grant leader team, who just kept us right. They gave us a structured approach. Our paperwork, we had about two forms in the business plan, and really it was just replicating the business plan on these forms, but it was soul searching and very, very in-depth. They were good, tough questions that made us think quite critically about our business plan. It made us ask why and not make any assumptions. It was hard because you can't just leave a blank box. We had to submit it. There was a box there was a question, we had to fill it up. What is your cash flow? Fine, wasn't good enough. Your instinct wasn't good enough. You had to articulate and demonstrate why your business was going to be successful and how it could be successful. It was difficult, but for the right reasons, and I think if it was going to be easy, we wouldn't be doing it.
We certainly understand the business, the cost of the business, and where we got our figures from now, and projections, and are they realistic.
You said like the impact of what we've been spending. You can see straight away, if we do this, then that's what happens. If we go with that market research, who's our target market, what does it mean? I can see the impact of our decisions very, very clearly. It wasn't a walk in the park, but every single part of it when we've come out the other side has been brilliant. I'm too independent a person. I should have asked for help earlier, and one phone call to your grant leader team, and honestly, first class, straight out. Have you thought about this? How would you think about that? Tell me why you're feeling that way. How would you maybe take that forward? And just asking those searching questions made us go, oh, of course. And we could articulate it so much easily and give you what you needed to complete what we were doing, and it was so helpful. I feel like we've got a more solid, structure, sound business that we're more confident in because of the journey we made with yourselves. I feel like if we hadn't applied for the grant, we would never have known what we know now. You would have missed a massive part of that. We couldn't have secured the funding with our bank manager because it was your paperwork that helped us articulate all the things that we've learned. The biggest, I don't know, the biggest part I think was just asking for help when we needed it. You guys were there. I can't thank you enough for just being where we are. It's been great. It's given us the shine to our project that we're now actually accessing our target market. We're going to have a more successful business because we've been able to have that bit of investment that gives us the edge.
To be sure we're aiming at the right
pitch. And it made us ask the questions, think out the box. We've got now the accessibility in the quotas that we never had. We remodelled because of the questions you asked, and it's stunning for the better because of it. It was hard, but it was hard for the right reasons, and a worthwhile journey in every sense.
Yep.